Now whether if you're using this one or the new countertop, which they've been around for a while, but it's new to me because I've not had one very long. This one right here is hand crank, or it's electric too. And we've not used this one a long time because we've gotten so used to this one right here, which is so easy to use. So either way, this recipe is going to work with either ice cream maker, but if you're going to do a big batch, you want to double it for sure. But today we're going to be using the countertop for me and Mr. Brown. You know, it's that time of year, it's time for making homemade ice cream. This time of year it seems like we eat more homemade ice cream than we do any other time. And what we got for you today is an old-fashioned custard based ice cream. It's the kind that your grandma would have made, your mama would have made, and it's just got a really, the texture is creamy. It almost tastes like pastry cream, but it's not. And it's really good ice cream. And we might even kick it up a notch by putting some fresh peaches in it too. So stick around and I'm going to show you a very easy recipe for custard vanilla ice cream. Started on our custard for our ice cream, and it's just a few simple ingredients. First thing we're going to do is we've got 2 cups of milk. Now this is just your custard base for your ice cream. And in this measuring cup, I've got 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, or you can use 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. I've got a pinch of salt, and I've got a half a cup of sugar. We're going to put that in there with our milk. And I've got 2 egg yolks. Now a lot of times when you're making pies or, you know, the custard for a pie or pudding, they always want you to temper your egg yolks. But I have found out that you can go ahead and put them in there, and I've never had a problem with it. So the only other ingredient that we're going to have for this is our vanilla, but we're not going to put it in there till right at the last. I'm going to change over to my other little whisk here, and the reason I like this little whisk because it gets all around in the corners of your pot. But all you have to do now is to stand here with your custard and just keep it stirred. When it comes to a boil, you may want to turn it down just a little bit because you don't want it to scorch, but you just need to keep stirring it, and it's going to thicken up. And when it gets to about the thickness of pudding, like maybe you would make for banana pudding or something like that, you want to take it off your heat and put your vanilla in it, and it's about that easy. And it's going to make some of the best ice cream you ever ate. So I'm going to bring this up to a boil. We'll get y'all in just a little bit closer when it gets to a boil, and I'll show you what it looks like as it starts thickening up. Okay, our pudding has come to a boil, and I'm just going to keep stirring it, and it's getting thicker and thicker. And like I said, you just want it about the consistency of pudding. And that's about how easy it is to make your custard base for your ice cream. And it didn't take very long for this to come up to a boil. I'm going to let it go ahead and boil while I'm stirring it for a couple of minutes. Then I'm going to take it off the heat and put my vanilla in it. Okay, our custard is done. I've done put the vanilla in it. You can see how good and smooth it is. You can see the thickness of it. And it will set up and get thicker too. So you don't want to cook this to where it's just too thick. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my custard and I'm going to put it in my Pyrex bowl here. I'm going to let it cool down just a little bit. Then I'm going to stick it inside the refrigerator. I'll put some plastic wrap on top of it to keep the skin from skimming over the top. And I'm going to let it cool. And then once it's cooled, it could take a couple hours or it could take all night. But once it gets cooled, we'll make our ice cream. Okay, I'm getting pretty excited because it's time to make our ice cream. My custard has been in the refrigerator for a couple hours, so it's good and chilled. I've got me some fresh peaches here that we got a couple days ago, and I've been canning peaches, but put maybe just a little bit of sugar in it, and I mashed it up just a little bit, but I still like little hunks of peaches in my ice cream. So, and I got 6 cups of milk, so that's all we need. So let's get started making our ice cream. I went out to the freezer and got my canister. The best thing that I can tell you to do, if you've already got one of these, you know, as soon as you wash your canister after eating your ice cream and it's all gone, go right out and put it back in the freezer, because I can't tell you how many times I forgot to do that. And then when it was time to make ice cream, it wasn't frozen. So I've got my canister in there, my frozen canister. Put my paddle in there. Put my lid on. And here's my custard. You see how thick it turned out. It got, you know, I told y'all it would set up really good. It's like pudding. I'm going to put, I've just got about probably a cup, and I kind of mashed some of them up and I left some of them in hunks like I said, so you just do it how you want to, or don't put any peaches at all, or put strawberries, whatever you want. I got 6 cups of milk. Now sometimes I can't get 6 cups in here, especially with that custard in there. So we're going to leave it at that. I got about 5 cups in there because I put the custard in there. So now I'm going to turn it on. It's going to get loud, so I don't want y'all to have to listen to that. So while this is churning, I guess we'll play a little bit of that fancy elevator music for y'all to listen to. Okay, it's been 25 minutes and it's done. Oh, it looked good. I actually see a little peach. So
Man, I'm waiting for ice cream.
Okay, let me get you some. It's like I said, it took about 25 minutes. Now I won't keep it in this container because I'm telling you, when you put this thing in the freezer with ice cream in it, you can't get the ice cream out. It freezes like a brick. But I'm going to get Mr. Brown some ice cream. So I know he's waiting on it. He's tired too. And then I'm going to show you how I'm going to put my ice cream up in the freezer.
Yummy.
Oh, please.
Was that what you say is larping?
Yeah, it's larping. Isn't that good?
That has the, it's not real sweet, but it has the old-fashioned ice cream taste.
Well, it's only got half a cup of sugar in it, so
that means I can eat more of it?
You can eat more of it.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not overly sweet, that's for sure. but it is good.
Simple, wasn't it?
Yes. So this
Didn't take
is
very long to make.
no, this is your old-fashioned custard ice cream, and I'm fixing to show you how I'm going to put it up in the freezer. If Mr. Brown don't eat it all up.
That's good.
Okay, I told you I was going to come back and show y'all how I'm going to put my ice cream in the freezer. And what I've got here is I've got one of them old enamel pans here. And what you can use if you don't have something like this is just get you a loaf pan, your bread pans that you make your bread in. It'll work too. And I've just started putting my ice cream in there. I've got just a little bit more.
And I'm going to have to eat just a little bit more.
You better not. It'll be here tomorrow.
I'm drained from the heat today.
Yeah, it was pretty hot. Anyways, get the gist of it. And what I'm going to do is I lined it with this plastic wrap, so I'm just going to kindly bring it over the top. Press it down a little bit. And Danny earlier was making fun of my fingernails. He said they were dirty. Actually, they're stained up from being out in the garden so much, but my fingernails, y'all, I'm clean. I wash my hands. But they are stained up. Anyways.
There ain't nothing like a woman with dirt on her fingernails.
That's right. This is how I'm going to store my ice cream. And it works pretty good. I hope y'all like this recipe, and I hope y'all try it. It's easy.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
And good.
It's good. But,
hey, I'm pretty much an ice cream critic. I know good ice cream.
yeah, he does. Anyways, I hope y'all like this recipe, and the recipe is going to be in the description box. And like I said, if you make it in a big freezer, you can double the recipe. You can also, what I meant to tell y'all, is the original recipe calls for 6 cups of milk. My little ice cream maker here is about 2 quart. So it didn't hold the custard and the 6 cups of milk. But I just poured it, I ended up with about almost 5 cups. But it worked and it turned out. But you can also use, say for instance, 4 cups of milk and 2 cups of whipping cream, heavy cream. Or you can use half and half, because it's going to work either way. But anyways, y'all try this recipe. It's easy and it's good. Y'all have a good week, and God bless.
And good night.
Good night.